viewers, as you all know, the importance of we fishing out the most important and the wisest of all wisdom and bringing it to you in a style of conversation. I have someone that I'm actually going to beg, because you need to listen to this very important personality. He's called Bhakti Tirtha Swami.
There must be also divine intervention. So as I speak, I want to help us to remind us about the divine intervention. As we walk today, as we march today, we must march in the spirit of being able to do as when the walls of Jericho came tumbling down. As we chant our mantras, as we do our prayers, as we make our toning, as we engage in our scriptural reading, as we engage in our reflections and contemplations, we must be able to invoke divine intervention. Krishna consciousness is a culture for re-spiritualization. This is why it is very natural that we have leaders in society who are ready to lead by higher principles. The original culture of Africa and of all ancient cultures was established where the leader was a medium between the people and God. So the leader had a responsibility to act in such ways that it would bring blessings and benedictions to the citizens in abundance. Every crisis that the world is confronted with has to do something with a crisis in leadership.
Творчество омских художников проявил Джон Фейверс на открытии галереи Босх. Его поразила техника исполнения, сюжетная линия выставленных картин, а гости и хозяин галереи Босх Владимир Новиков были приятно удивлены широтой взглядов царской особы. После теплой встречи картина с заснеженными омскими улицами и печатью галереи Босх будет висеть в Вашингтонском офисе афроамериканского деятеля. Джон Фейверс более недели не находится ни в одной стране мира, и поэтому есть шанс, что в ближайшие годы мы вновь сможем с ним встретиться.
Now, you know this better than I do, but in the last decade, there have probably been 10,000 books written on leadership. What distinguishes or sets your book apart from all the others?
Because it's an amazing amalgamation of modernity and antiquity. It's also not just a matter of someone who's speaking from the ivory towers. You know, I travel about every 2 weeks to a different country. I meet many presidents of countries, leaders. And so I'm giving a book that's really about application, that deals with how to help the leader, him or herself, to develop better character, insight, while dealing with plans and proposals and focusing on projects in such a way that they improve on the quality of life.
So I think if people are able to become more sensitive in realizing how they can really create a better future for themselves and for the world, if they are more careful about how they relate to each other. And especially if they're, you know, more sensitive to karma, realizing that what they do and what they think, what they put out, is going to bring so many things that are going to come back, that's going to coincide with the kind of things that they're doing.
Are you ready to receive Matida? To His Excellency, our State President, Nelson Mandela, and to our VIPs and to yourselves. Today is your day, and to prove it, Big Daddy
because he is concerned about you. You make up 45%. The children make up 45% of the population of Africa. The children are the future. And therefore, the state president wants everyone here as well as around the world to understand that the future resides in the children. He has come today because he is concerned that he wants for the near future that we will not have racism, tribalism. We will not have homelessness. Right now in the world, millions of people are homeless. 1/4 of the world is still illiterate. 1/2 of the world does not have good drinking water. So much abuse, even child abuse. But today, our Big Daddy wants to send a message. He wants to send a message that we have not so much inherit the present from our ancestors, but we have borrowed the future from you. If you are ready, let me hear you say yes. So if you are ready, we want to hear very loud, and we want to invite His Excellency to come and to address you. This is an involvement of love. This is a family. There is need that we make this family very strong. Wherever you are, we want you to clap as we receive our state president, Dr. Nelson Mandela.
Now, the fight, against HIV/AIDS, it's concentrated about people not contracting the virus, prevention. Should we just have it on prevention or find a way to totally eradicate it? Because your theme says that total eradication. Will you tell us, how do we implement your scheme? Because that is your scheme of total eradication.
Men should see the women as very special. Because from our women, from the womb of a woman, comes every son, comes every daughter. The women themselves should see their womb as sacred.
They themselves.
They themselves.
Right.
And therefore, they will be much more careful, selective in their relationships. The men will be much more chaste and honest in how they involve themselves in sexuality. That sexuality will not just be a matter of people just trying to come together for genital connection, but it'll be a real sense of celebration.
I see.
And so as we are able to access celebration, as we deal from the different species, then what they bring together and how they come together will produce auspiciousness. So much of the problem is telling us that the way people are binding or uniting is artificial, is self-centered, is egocentric, and it's producing inauspiciousness. When you love someone, you want to give yourself as much as you can to address that person's higher needs. When you love someone, you are concerned about the outcome of what you say, what you do, and how you interact with that person. When you simply care about your own lust and greed, then one is just trying to have an experience of stimulation rather than an experience of relationship.
Несколько житейских вопросов, Ваше Высочество. У вас есть дети?
I have children in terms of students.
В смысле биологических детей у меня их нет, но у меня есть ученики и другие люди, которых я обучаю по всему миру, и они являются моими детьми.
Normally I eat in solitude.
Как духовный учитель и как царь обычно я ем в уединении.
Наш царь, Ваше Высочество, летает на своих самолетах?
When you fly, do you fly on your own airplanes?
I'm just finishing now a 35-country world tour.
Я облетел 35 стран мира за последнее время.
It wasn't my own plane.
И все это были не мои самолеты.
I don't have a plane.
У меня самолета нет.
Значит, царь летает с другими людьми, с
The
обычными
king flies
пассажирами.
on the same
I don't
plane
have a
with common
car. I
people.
don't have a house.
У меня даже машины и дома нет.
But I have thousands of cars.
Но у меня есть тысячи
I have
машин,
hundreds of houses.
у меня есть сотни домов,
Because I also have students all around the world.
потому что у меня также есть ученики по всему миру.
And they have so many places for me to stay.
И я всегда могу остановиться у них дома.
And so let's see what Swami Krishnapad has to say, and then we'll come to Maurice Roberts.
I think we have to look very scrutinizingly at educators, educate yourself, physicians, heal thyself. I was speaking recently at the North American Medical Association, and I was just emphasizing how doctors live literally 10 years shorter than the average person. They have some of the highest divorce than any professionals. They have some of the highest drug abuse, addiction than any professionals. So we see that those who are supposedly the caretakers of the health are in such poor health. We see how much they have moved away from their basic foundation of what Hippocrates had given. Hippocrates said that everyone has a doctor inside. It is the duty of medicine to assist that doctor inside, and that the food shall be the medicine. Now, the elderly in America take about 15 prescriptions. They're like walking pharmacists. Every hour there's about 50 prescriptions that goes out. So there's so much based on just the external, people not having more of a holistic understanding about their bodies, about the environment. And because of that, they keep addressing things in a myopic way, and we see even those who are the so-called healers often are in worse of a toxic situation than those that they're trying to heal. So there's a need for leaders, doctors, teachers to first work on themselves so their lives are their message. And then as they educate and help others, there'll be a serious change.
Real theme going here.
Big vows, personal vows, collective vows, social, religious, political vows of how we are going to make a difference. We must be able to do what? Sometimes we're waiting for the coming again of Jesus, the coming again of Maitreya, the coming again of Buddha, the coming again of the Avatar, the coming again of Bahula. We must be able to function so that they are with us now, so that we're able to invoke their blessings now. On this capital, we're in the capital of some of the most serious situations in the entire global community. And it is causing a problem throughout the intergalaxy of the environment of human consciousness. We're at a time now, we must say, no more. Private and public life is different. Our private life must be similar to the public life. We must not have a social life, a recreational life, a theological life, a cultural life. And at the same time, at the end of the day, we have no life. We must have soul, and soul means you and my brother, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man. It must not be history anymore. It must be their story. It must be our story. It must not be his story. It must be her story. And when we can have such a situation, we can march and we can bring the walls of Jericho by entering into connecting subtle levels and higher levels, going deeper into our traditions, invoking our prophets, and marching with our prophets, even though we may not see them today. We want to march with our prophets. We want to make this vibration sound throughout the particular planetary situations. Beloved, thank you.